Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, April 8th. A very active weather pattern, really from coast to coast today. Spring developed finally here in the Mid-Atlantic region on Sunday, with temperatures jumping up to the 60s in most Mid-Atlantic locations. 70 degrees is likely today, and 80 degrees is possible in many areas on Tuesday and Wednesday. A strong cold front will bring some showers and thunderstorms to the I-95 corridor here in the Mid-Atlantic late Thursday night. That'll usher in colder air for the end of the week. Meanwhile, out west, a lot going on there as well. California today will see a damaging wind event this afternoon and this evening, with wind gusts perhaps 70 miles per hour or more in some of the mountainous regions, causing some power outages, as there certainly should be some downed tree limbs and some power lines. Meanwhile, the Rockies to the northern plains will see a major snowstorm over the next 24 to 36 hours or so. Places like Denver, Colorado, Cheyenne, Wyoming, all the way to Rapid City, South Dakota will see perhaps 6 to 12 inches of snow over the next 12 to 24 hours. Later into the latter part of Tuesday, eventually that snow will move into the northern plains and the upper part of the Midwest. Meanwhile, on the southeastern flank of that western storm, across the southern plains, severe weather is a threat later on today, and that severe weather threat will move into the southern part of the Midwest on Tuesday. Here's the very latest look at the surface map. High pressure moved off the East Coast this weekend and is situated in a position to promote southwesterly flow of warmer air into the Mid-Atlantic region. Again, temperatures jumped Sunday compared to Saturday. They'll get even warmer today, with 70 degrees in most I-95 corridor locations, and then 80 degrees is possible up and down the I-95 corridor on Tuesday and Wednesday. Meanwhile, very strong cold Canadian high in the southwestern part of Canada is pouring some cold air across Montana, the northern plains. That cold air will continue to plunge to the south, setting off a significant springtime snowstorm for the Rockies and into the plains, places again like Wyoming and Denver, Colorado, all the way to Rapid City will get significant snow on the order of 6 to 12 inches from later on today through tomorrow. Eventually that accumulating snow moves into Minnesota and then the upper part of Wisconsin later this week, as that colder air really pours into the northern part of the country. Again, citing a major wind event here, basically out of the north to northwest later on this afternoon and tonight, with 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts common along the coast, and perhaps 60, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts in mountainous regions of Southern California later on today. And finally, we mentioned the possibility of severe weather, indeed, in the southern plains, and that'll extend in the southern parts of the Midwest during the day on Tuesday. But this region here on the southeastern flank of the developing western storm will have the threat for severe thunderstorms and even tornadoes later on this afternoon and again on Tuesday. Here's a look at the GOES infrared satellite loop from the Wisconsin website. Some showers and thunderstorms right now across the upper part of the Midwest. Clouds gathering together out here over the Rockies as colder air plunges southward here. A real classic springtime snowstorm situation setting up for Colorado and Wyoming and western South Dakota, western part of Nebraska over the next 12 to 24 hours or so. That snow will eventually work its way into parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin. Meanwhile, strong wind event for this afternoon and this evening across much of California. Here's a nationwide radar look here. We have the showers and thunderstorms across the upper part of the Midwest. A few echoes showing up now across the southern plains, but that will expand later on today. And again, there's a threat of severe weather, including severe thunderstorms and tornadoes in places like Oklahoma, into northern Texas, maybe even central and eastern Kansas. Snow now falling across Montana as that cold air just plunges southward from Canada, and that snow will spread down through Wyoming and then into Colorado later on after midnight. Denver will actually be quite mild today, with temperatures not far from 70 degrees this afternoon. And then rain will break out this evening, change to heavy snow later on tonight after midnight, and that'll continue for much of the day tomorrow. 6 to 12 inches possible in Denver by tomorrow night. Meanwhile, big wind event here for California. Mainly winds will kind of shift from strong westerly winds during the midday hours to northwest and then north by later today into tonight. Can be some power outages from this significant wind event in California later on today and tonight. Well, let's take a look at some forecast maps from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. These are in 12-hour increments starting from this evening, Monday evening. Then we'll look at Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, and Wednesday morning. By this evening, there will be a band of showers. That band that is currently over the upper part of the Midwest could certainly throw a few showers into the I-95 corridor. The farther north, the better the chance. D.C., the northern suburbs of D.C., could see a shower later on this evening. Philadelphia, certainly a few showers. And by the time you get up to New York City, certainly a few showers, maybe even a thunderstorm or two in the overnight hours. But notice the southwesterly flow of air on the backside of this Bermuda type high, and that'll promote continued warm weather for today, and very warm, touch of summer in much of the Mid-Atlantic region for Tuesday and Wednesday. Meanwhile, out in the west, cold Canadian high here in the south central part of Canada. Cold air plunging into the northern plains, into the Rockies. This snowstorm starting to really kick into gear by this evening. Again, it's a very mild day in Denver today, but then the colder air pours in, changes to rain to accumulating snow late tonight, and that continues for much of the day tomorrow with 6 to 12 inches. Look at the isobars here out along California. Again, they have a very strong wind event coming this afternoon and tonight. Unfortunately, power outages are a good bet in many of the mountainous regions, especially where winds could gust up to 70 miles per hour later today and into the early part of tonight. Now, by tomorrow morning, that one band of showers and thunderstorms continues to move to the east and northeast, so even though there can be some showers in parts of the I-95 corridor overnight tonight, that should get out of here tomorrow. Partial sunshine returns tomorrow, and temperatures could really jump up to 80 degrees in D.C. and even Philly, and maybe even as far north as New York City, as that southwesterly flow of air continues on the backside of this Bermuda high. Meanwhile, a raging spring snowstorm from Denver to Cheyenne to Rapid City continues into the day on Tuesday, and eventually that snow moves into Minnesota and upstate Wisconsin. The wind's slacking off a little bit tomorrow in California, but it'll still be quite strong with wind gusts past 30 miles per hour following today's very strong wind event for this afternoon and this evening. Here's the forecast map for tomorrow evening. By this time, severe weather is a possibility here, again on the southeastern flank of the western storm in places like Missouri and Arkansas, as this strong cold front really starts barreling to the east, and that'll move all the way to the east coast by the time Thursday night and Friday rolls around. Snow continues for much of the day tomorrow, winding down finally tomorrow night in Denver, but they'll have temperatures drop to near 10 degrees by the time Wednesday morning rolls around. Finally, here's the forecast map for Wednesday. Strong cold front setting up here in the middle part of the country. There'll be an area of strong showers and thunderstorms. That'll move into the Mid-Atlantic region late Thursday night, and bring much colder weather back to the region by the time Friday and Saturday rolls around. Wednesday itself, however, will be another very warm day with temperatures at or above 80 degrees in many mid-Atlantic locations. So a very active weather pattern for the next few days from coast to coast, which includes a major springtime snowstorm to severe weather in the middle part of the country and much milder weather here in the east, at least through Wednesday and even into Thursday. By the time Friday rolls around, colder air will return back to the Mid-Atlantic region. Stay tuned to the SIWeather.com for some updates later on today. That's it for now. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.